might have something to do with that.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Exploring the Unknown. I'm Dustin,
I'm Luke.
and today we're talking about haunted penitentiaries and prisons.
Yes, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I feel like you've been wanting to do this one for a while.
I have. I like penitentiaries and prisons. There's something fascinating about them.
Yeah, you were just at a penitentiary recently.
Yeah, last weekend we went to Moundsville Penitentiary for the haunting attraction, which was pretty cool. I got
Yeah,
locked in a cell jail for probably like 5 minutes.
with was it like a notoriously haunted jail cell, or was it just a
It
jail
was
cell?
just this jail cell. We all had a group of eight people, and we got separated, and they locked me and my fiance in one um jail cell, and next to us they locked three other people and like two or three other people, however the math is.
That's
But
scary.
yeah,
So, was it dark?
it was pretty dark. Thing that people there was um a security guard that would come up and hit on the jail cell.
Were they yelling at you and stuff?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Do they still do the bus ride in? Because I think they did last time I was there. They did a bus ride in or something
No,
like that. And then you get off the bus and you stand along the wall and they yell at you, and then you go inside and do the thing.
no, we didn't do that, but we didn't have that.
No, huh? So I mean, do you want to start there? I mean, I feel like that'd be a really good place to start since that's
What
like,
Knoxville? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um, so nobody knows, Moundsville Penitentiary is in Moundsville, West Virginia. It operated in 1876 through 1995, so it's only been closed for 30 years,
Yeah.
which
You know
is
what's interesting?
crazy.
I know somebody that worked there.
Do you?
Hmm.
Would they be interested in coming on? Do they have any
I
paranormal
don't know.
activities?
I I don't know if they believe in that kind of stuff. I don't know if they'd be interested in coming on. Um, but yeah, I'm sure he has some stories though, because I think he was like a security guard there or something.
You should probably try to talk to
I'll try to talk to him and see if I can't get him to tell me a little bit about it, but I don't imagine I'll get much.
him. um, so it was assembled. The design was reassembled. Um, I can't speak. The design was to look like the smaller version of the state penitentiary in Joint, Illinois, which
Oh, I didn't know
Illinois isn't even like around here. If that's a smaller version of Joint, Illinois penitentiary, that one must be huge because Moundsville's huge itself.
that. Yeah, it is rather big. See, I don't think that you've seen the full of it because they
Mm-mm.
only have the haunted attraction in like a portion
Yeah,
of it. There's like down in the boiler room. You did they tell you? They probably didn't. You didn't hear any stories or anything, did you?
no,
Oh, well, I won't spoil it too much then. Um, but yeah, well, you know what? Let's just kind of get into some of the activity. Did you do any research on that? Did you see anything?
yeah. There's been shadow figures, darting across the hallways. Um, disembodied voices calling out names, whispering in your ears, and unexplained cold spots when it's warm outside. And light EVPs, footsteps and growls. And
Growls.
yeah. In cell block 4, there's a shadow, they call it the Shadow Man, is well known to appear and stalk visitors near cell block 4.
I did hear about that. Um, I don't have any information on the boiling room actually, but there was a murder down in the boiler room. The guy, it was like really gruesome. If I'm remembering it correctly, this dude was like stabbed to death. There was but there was a lot of murders and riots and stuff at the Moundsville Penitentiary. They had like not over 90 executions. Did you see that?
Yeah. Then another hotspot is called the Sugar Shack. It's
The
in the
sh-
basement.
Maybe that's what I'm remembering of then.
It's like you said, countless assaults and murders happened here. And one today is one of the most active paranormal hotspots in the jail. I think it's like a cafeteria, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, well then this isn't where I'm thinking of. It must be the boiler room because it wasn't a cafeteria. Like this place was dark, damp, and kind of like a basement.
Yeah, I think this the Sugar Shack's more like a cafeteria, if I'm not mistaken. Um, like I said, I've never investigated the place. I would like to, um, but I'm pretty sure it's it says a basement. Yeah, basement recreation area. So it's like where they would come, maybe play games, do whatever they do in a recreation area of a jail. I'm not sure what they do, but yeah.
Yeah. Here's something interesting. So here's some notable inmates that were at Moundsville Penitentiary. Charles Manson's family members, Harry Powers, who killed two widows and three children in his murder castle. It's in quotes. A member of Bonnie and Clyde's gang, Carl Panzram, who murdered 22 people. Danny Heater, who holds a high school basketball scoring record by scoring 135 points in one game. I don't know who. Oh, maybe that was part of the gang. And then Otho Brown, who murdered his cellmate while serving time for murder. Um,
And then they used to do executions there by an electric chair. So could you imagine how many people um die in the electric chair?
well, yeah, we'll get this. Um, it says that the prison also witnessed some horrific events that have become part of popular culture, like, and it in quotes it says Black Friday, which occurred on January 17th, 1936, when 7 inmates were executed via electrocution in one day, something that had not been done before.
That's
7 inmates in one day, all just electrocuted one after another.
and the chair's nickname is Old Sparky.
I think I got to sit in Old Sparky. I vaguely remember sitting in the electric chair down there.
And they hung people too. They like it wasn't a like place where like oh you're just gonna go to spend the rest of your life there. They actually executed people.
Yeah. I was looking for there was more on the Shadow Man, but here's something interesting. The theory as to why the penitentiary is so haunted. Do you know did you see about that?
Well, I'm looking at something here. I'm not sure if it has a part anything to do with it, but if it's not, just tell me. In 1986, there was a riot, one of the bloodiest prison riots in the U.S. history. Inmates took control a part of the prison for 2 days. Several prisoners were killed and numerous hostages were taken.
No, I didn't know about that. That's not what that that's not what this is. How many were taken hostage and killed?
It doesn't say exactly, but it says there's numerous
Oh, it just
hostages
says
that were
numerous.
taken.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
we
mean,
can
I
check
think that
that
could be a big part
too.
of why it's so haunted. It's one of the like Gettysburg, one of the bloodiest battles in Pennsylvania. So why couldn't this the bloodiest prison riot
Oh,
be a
yeah.
reason? But what was your uh, take on it?
Well, what I had found was because of the mounds.
The mountains across the street.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard that too.
built on Native American burial grounds.
Mhm. But yeah, I could see that being a big factor on it being haunted. But like maybe there's something there that has to do with that. But most of the activity is like prisoners, wardens, and stuff like that. So maybe if the energy from the mount is like making it the prison more active.
Yeah,
That's a good theory. They say the mount's on it too.
yeah. I would like to go down there and check out the mounds and the penitentiary. We
Mm-hmm.
would like to do it in the same night, make it part of the same video.
Yeah.
But some of the other things that I was seeing there too was something that I've seen in a lot of different places. They call it the Lady in White. Do you think that that's just like a weird phenomena because it seems to be everywhere? There's like every haunted place has a lady in white.
Well, the lore behind the lady in white is I'm pretty sure it's looking for somebody or it's looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in a prison, what could it be looking for? Um, Maybe it's a different version of a lady in white that
Well, according to this story, the lady in white is believed to be the ghost of a woman who was brought to Moundsville after being accused of murdering her own child. She was reportedly sentenced to life imprisonment but died under mysterious circumstances soon after arriving at the penitentiary. Many people claim that they have seen the lady in white walking down hallways or standing silently near prison windows. So, I don't know, maybe she's looking for her baby that she murdered.
yeah, maybe she was guiltily uh charged guilty and she wasn't guilty and she's looking for a way to say, hey, I'm not guilty.
Maybe. I don't know. Died under mysterious circumstances.
That's weird.
That is weird. That is weird. Well, that's Moundsville Penitentiary, man.
I would love to go to that place.
As would I. As would I. Well, I mean, we can definitely put it together, but we would need some help. You know, if
Yes.
our lovely lovely fans and listeners would like to help us, we do have a donation page on our website, exploringtheunknownpod.com. Or purchase some merch. That'll
Yes.
that'll help us get us there too. I'm
So,
looking
what
at.
place would you like to investigate, look into next?
Oh, let's see. What about what about this one here? This is another one that you've been to, the Ohio State Reformatory.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that one. You can start off with this one.
Okay. So the Ohio State Reformatory, it opened back in 1896 as a reformatory for young offenders. It devolved into overcrowding, abuse, and inmate violence, which that I feel like that's probably going to happen if you have too many people. But I think it's going to happen either way. I mean, they're in prison for a reason. But the prison shut down in 1990. And here's some horror trivia. This is the prison from what movie?
I know it. Are you asking me?
I am asking you.
The Shawshank Redemption.
It is Shawshank Redemption. Yeah.
I've
Um,
never seen that movie, actually.
then how did you know?
Um, I've heard it multiple times, and um, I've seen it earlier whenever I was going through my notes.
Hmm.
So I knew that one. That came
Interesting.
out in 1994,
Interesting.
only 4 years after the penitentiary closed.
There you go. More you know. But now it is preserved and does full paranormal uh, overnight investigations. You can go there and get spooked by prisoners of the past.
Yeah.
What did you feel there? You didn't do an investigation there? You were just there.
No, I was there, and there's a whole bunch of people there. It's more like it's like a paracon, so there's so much people there, and we
Mm,
were only in like one spot,
hmm.
and it's kind of hard to get a feeling on something when there's so many people at
Yeah,
this place.
yeah, I get that. I get that. Mm, I was hoping to find some sort of story like people post on Reddit about these places and the experiences that they have. I mean, hold on. This one seems like it might be. Yeah, maybe not. No, it isn't. Nope. They're just talking about wanting to go. But I don't really have anything else for the Ohio State Reformatory.
Well, here's some paranormal hotspots of um with the Ohio State Reformatory. There's the whole solitary confinement. Visitors and investigators evidence uh, experience overwhelming dread and dizziness, and sometimes physically touched. Speaking of physically touched, I forgot to mention this earlier. Whenever I was in the haunted house at Mouseville, I felt like something touched my head
Oh, I think you mentioned that to me
that night. Yeah.
that night. Yeah.
Um, People reported growls, whispers, and unseen hands grabbing their clothes. That would be weird.
That would be weird.
The East Cell Block is the largest freestanding steel cell block in the world, nearly 6 tiers high. That is crazy. 6 tiers.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being in a 6 tier and looking down and be like, damn, I'm high as hell. Um, and many visitors report seeing shadow figures darting between the cells and hearing cell doors slam on their own. And um, the warden's wife appears near the staircase in front of the bedroom, and a scent of rose perfume sometimes fills the air where she was seen. In the chapel is a hot spot for EVPs and cool spots.
Hmm. That's interesting. I would like to do like an investigation at a couple of these penitentiaries and
Yeah,
then
I would too.
maybe like live stream it or um do like a video.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Now let's talk about one I we didn't mention earlier, but I think it has a very good story, and I've worked there.
Wait, what?
Yes.
You worked there?
Uh-huh.
What penitentiary did you work at?
It wasn't a penitentiary. It was a jail.
Oh. Oh. Oh wait, I thought it was a courthouse.
Well, the family courthouse across the street from it. Are you familiar with that one?
No.
Well, the family courthouse originally was. the Allegheny County Jail.
Okay.
You know that bridge that goes between them?
Yeah.
That bridge is called Size Bridge. That's where they would transport the prisoners to the jail for the court.
Okay.
For court. But this is a cool. Just the jailhouse out, like the jail and the courthouse is massive and very old looking. You've seen it before, haven't you?
Yeah, I think so.
And this is downtown Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a custodian there, um, working evenings like I do at the school now, but I was at these locations. Um, like I said, the old prison um, opened in 1886, and now it's a part of the courthouse and the family court. And over decades, housed thousands of inmates and petty criminals to murders, numerous suicides and riots and deaths. Um, the jail's conditions were harsh, overcrowded, diseased, and abused, common in the 20th century. Um, it was used till 1995, where inmates moved from the modern facility to the historical building that was converted into Allegheny County's family court. Um, now, there's a story. Let's see if I can find it. I can't find it. Um, the warden's wife. You might have heard the story before. What her name was Mrs. Sofel.
Mm-hmm. Is that it?
Yes, that is. It's hard to see what part. That is a courthouse.
Okay.
That is a part of the courthouse, but it's all
Okay.
attached. But yeah,
Jeez.
um, Mrs. Sofel was the warden's wife at the time, and she fell in love with two inmates. It's a love triangle,
Oh my.
and she helped them escape so they can be together. And they actually pulled off the escape and was caught, and I believe she was executed.
Wow. Back
So
in
she,
that
yeah, back in the times, you would think that would probably be the case
time.
if you're the warden's wife,
Right.
and she helped two murderers escape.
Yeah.
Um, so she fell in love with these prisoners. They helped them. She helped them escape. Then I believe she, like I said, was executed, and she is claimed to roam the courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they claim the elevators go up and down the floors. I think believe there's 4 floors, and the elevators would go up and down, and they would open, and nobody would come out.
Are these elevators that you regularly used?
Yeah,
Did,
I used
is,
them regular.
is that the case? Did they do that?
No,
They didn't do that.
mm-mm. And I believe there was a story I heard from somebody. They were sitting in the garden shack, and the looking at the cameras, and the elevator opened, and they seen a white figure walk out of the elevator, and nobody was there.
That's wild.
Now, I've had some experiences there. Um, I was walking into the courtroom, cleaning one of the courtrooms, and I heard a woman singing, and I was like, "That's weird. Like, there's nobody here
Mm-hmm.
besides the other cleaners." So I walk around, nobody, nobody was there. And another time, we were on lunch, and we would sit when it was cold outside. We would sit inside at like one of the guard stations they use during the day, and you can see like almost all the building. And I seen a shadow walk into like a courtroom, and me and this other person saw it, so I wasn't the only one who's seeing it. So maybe, and the whole time we're on lunch, we're like looking at this room, and I was cleaning that floor at the time, so I went up there after lunch and went in there, and there's nobody in there
That's crazy. That's crazy. So what? Why didn't you stay there? Why'd you leave there?
because it was like a 45-minute drive every day.
Oh, that would have been a tough one for me to leave. Like, especially if like you knew you were getting things there, and you probably worked overnight too, huh?
To the time.
Okay, so you were there for a portion of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Still, wonder if we could get in there to do a small investigation. Do you think?
I don't know. Probably not because it's a courthouse and they have documents and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Now they actually have a portion of the courthouse that was the original jail. It's like a little museum. There's like jail cells and like pictures. And one night we were walking through there because we really wasn't doing anything. And backstory: my neighbor used to be a warden at the jail before, like when he was alive.
Mm-hmm.
And we heard we were walking through the museum, and I was telling the people I work with, hey, my neighbor used to work here as a warden. His name was Mr. Robinson, and we're talking, and I think I seen a picture of him in the museum, and all of a sudden he used to whistle every day, like when he was at home, like cutting the grass, whatever. He was a whistler,
Mm-hmm.
and I seen this picture, and I was like, I think this is him, and I heard that whistle. He used to whistle a like like rhythm every time he whistled, and we heard it. And I was like, "Is anyone else here?" And they're like, "No, we're like the only ones here." And we heard a whistle, that same whistle that he used to whistle.
That's weird. That's weird. You've experienced a lot as far as the paranormal goes.
Ooh, your mic got like real like low, like I couldn't hear you for a minute.
I know why. Because is that better?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I bumped it and then it disconnected. But I know what I said was you've experienced a lot. Like you do have a lot of stories and things that you've encountered. I want what yeah, I want to have those kinds of experiences cuz I feel let me ask you this. You've had experiences that you can't explain.
Yes.
Has that in any way, shape, or form given you more confidence that there is something after death or like
Mhm.
more to believe in? It has?
Yeah. We need to just do an episode on it. You interview me.
We should, yeah.
We're
Well,
paranormal stories.
I don't know, man. Like we and I well, here's another thing too. I thought about this, or actually I talked to this about this with Renee, and we go to these places and I don't sometimes I don't really feel anything. But I think it has to do with the mindset that you're in whenever you're there or whenever you're heading there or whatever. If you can stay, it's like there's this small window of mindset that I need to be within in order to experience something. If I'm just slightly above or below, then it's not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just got off so much topic. We just got off topic. Like crazy.
I I know, but it's whatever. Um
Yeah, nah, it's fine. It keeps it natural.
Right, but not only that, I mean, it was still kind of relevant. You were telling the stuff about the courthouse and the jail and whatnot, which
Yeah,
that's interesting. I want to have experiences like that. Like we talk about them. I'm jealous, is what it is.
I got a whole bunch of them. Like, we can make a whole episode out of it.
Jeez, let's do that. But let's get into this and start wrapping this up. Well, maybe we don't have to wrap it up, but progress it a little bit. Um, Alcatraz.
Yes, that's another place on my bucket list.
Oh, it's on your bucket list.
I love to go to Alcatraz.
I actually, you say that now, I want to like actually create a list of places that I want to go and like strive towards that.
Uh huh.
Um, why is it on your bucket list?
I think it's just because like the war of the place and like the history behind it, and like you're on an island, uh, like you're in a prison on an island. It's just something about Alcatraz that always caught my attention.
Really?
Um, yeah, I I don't know what it is. It's just an awesome looking place. Big place. I don't know. It's just something about Alcatraz like makes me like I want to go there. I want to do that place.
Do you think that because it is secluded and surrounded by water, that it makes it even more active?
Creepy. Um, yeah, it's very possible they say water can like conduct that like energy. So I don't know. There's just something about Alcatraz that's like I want to do it.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
a lot of people get to go investigate Alcatraz. I'd like to be one of the few people that do.
Right. And if you're going to Alcatraz, as a prisoner, you've probably done some really bad things too. It was max security.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they have some pretty infamous inmates there. Al Capone was there. Machine Gun Kelly, obviously
Wait,
not. But, not the rapper Machine Gun Kelly. That's to be fair.
I was like, wait, what?
No, let's make that very clear. It's not the rapper Machine Gun Kelly. Um,
I don't think Machine Gun Kelly would last in Alcatraz. I'm just
no,
saying.
neither do I. Robert the Bergman Strout was there, and Elvin Crimpus.
I don't know who most of them people are. Al Capone. I think that there's some kind of like local thing that happened here with Al Capone or that whole family thing. I'll have to look more into it. But I think we talked about it at one point. Remember that guy I was telling you about that got like dumped out in the woods?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it was mob related. I know that. I know that.
Al Capone is supposedly one of the ghosts who haunts Alcatraz.
Is he the one in D Block Cell 14?
That's a good question. I don't know all that.
What makes you think that he's one of the ghosts that haunt Alcatraz?
um, they were saying he's been seen there as a ghost. Some of
Like,
the activity, people seeing him there as a spirit or an
okay,
apparition.
that's interesting.
You can hear guards report hearing cell door closes, chains moving, moaning, footsteps, and stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I did see a lot of things about pacing footsteps and in an empty block that just has that get out, you shouldn't be here kind of energy. D block cell 14 is a really active spot. People step inside and immediately get hit with panic, pressure, and that feeling that someone unseen is inches from your face. And I actually have a story.
Before you start that story, feeling like there's someone inches from your face, that gotta be terrifying. That's like this.
Well, see,
Like,
that's kind of what I experience sometimes whenever like I experienced it at the one down here, the local one, right?
yeah.
And I experienced it at the Greene County Historical Museum. And it's like this they wouldn't come up to me face to face. Whatever this energy was, it was over top of me this way, like trying to push me out, like that you need to get going, you need to go. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but this part, the way you say this, makes me think you're like face to face with whatever this thing is.
Right. Right.
And that would
That
be, could you
feeling of something
imagine?
being there.
Like
Yeah.
right there in your face. Like, back up or I'll swing.
Well, I wonder if it's because it's so dark. Have you ever
Mm,
noticed that? Like when like the darker it gets, the more it feels like you're being closed in.
yeah.
But this story is actually from cell block D block 14, whatever how you know the numbers.
So,
But it says yeah, Block D, cell 14. There we go. D block. It says this took place in April 2016 when my boyfriend, now husband, and I visited San Francisco. The first night we stayed at the Kensington Park Hotel, which I was excited about since I love the old places with character. But as soon as we walked in, I felt really uncomfortable and creepy. There was no reason for it, so I thought it would be fine when we got to our room. The elevator was so old it had a real bell when you got to every floor, and it made me shiver. When we got to our room, I felt the constant feeling of being watched, especially when I took a shower. I asked my husband for us to change hotels to a generic chain after that and felt much better. It, it may have been all in my head, but I still don't know why I felt that way. A couple of days later, we did the daytime audio tour at Alcatraz. I went into all the open cells in D block where the worst criminals were housed. In broad daylight, every one of the cells was dark. I felt nothing strange in 11 and 12, but 13 and 14 were totally different. I was in cell 13 by myself, and the moment I walked in, my heart started pounding so fast it felt like it was going to beat out of my chest. So naturally, I made a beeline right out of there. We went onward with the tour to look at the bell tower outside, but then circled back after I felt calm again so I could go into cell 14. Both my husband and I went in together this time, and we both, without saying anything to each other until afterward, felt like we were on a boat in the middle of the ocean. It was like the floor was wavy. I also felt a dizzying and uneasy feeling at that point, to the point I felt like I was going to pass out. We were probably only in there for 1 minute. I had to sit on the bench outside the block for 15 minutes to make sure I was going to be okay. My husband, a total skeptic, said he couldn't explain it. The rest of the vacation, I felt a bit dizzy and unlike myself. Flash forward to being back home, and I couldn't shake that feeling that something was attached to me. I somehow contracted bronchitis, was having trouble sleeping, and had a couple bad dreams of a shadow floating. It took several weeks afterwards to shed that feeling of attachment, but I finally did after a lot of protective prayers. There's something dark in those cells. What do you think of that? That's crazy. I mean, that kind of goes along with everything that was being said that people are experiencing in that
Now,
room.
now that you say that, I'll bring this up. Um, so one of the inmates screamed all night, claiming a creature with glowing eyes was in his cell by by moaning, and they found that he was found dead the next day.
I think it's supposed to be
Strangled.
morning.
Huh?
Did you say by morning or by moaning?
By morning. I'm
Oh,
sorry. He was found the next morning. His body was found dead. Strangled with no explanation.
and he was by himself.
Yes. Besides this creature with glowing eyes in his cell with him. So could it be the same cell they were in?
Who
This
knows?
was in cell block D.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yep.
That's extremely interesting. Why do you think? Why do you think that that cell may be like that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. That is strange. You know what I think? Like as I was reading this,
Mm-hmm.
and the lady was saying, "Oh, I was in 13 and it felt weird, and then we went to 14 and it was worse." I thought if somebody is spending their like a majority of their life in that area, right? And if they're alone, I mean, even if they aren't alone, they're spending it there, feeling these emotions and thinking these things, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it becomes intense. So that
Yeah.
energy, maybe it's just a residual. Residual would mean that it's like it's just there.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, but that's interesting. I wonder if that's not why a lot of these prisons are haunted and have activity because they have the emotional aspect to it as well as like the violence, which is I guess still kind of emotional in a way.
I would
But
say yeah.
do you have any more for Alcatraz?
I do not know.
Nice. Okay. Well, I have another D block cell 14 story.
For Alcatraz?
Hmm.
Okay.
Nope. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. It's the same one. I thought I scrolled on. Yeah, I think that's all I have for most of this. Or did we do? Was we going to do those other two, or do you?
I think I
I mean,
think
we're almost at
we're
45
good.
minutes.
I think we're good. I think this is a very good episode, and I think it a lot of cool topics and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Cool, guys. If you have a story or an encounter, we would love to hear it, have you on the show. You can email us at exploringtheunknownpod at outlook.com or call. You can leave us a voicemail at 412-533-3483, and we might play it on the show. Make sure you're following us on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Just search Exploring the Unknown Podcast and hit subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. Luke and I try to post every week and as often as we can. Um, Life's hard. It gets busy. It is what it is.
Yes, and we'll be having a episode come out soon about the investigation we did on Halloween.
Yeah, that was interesting. I would like to go back and listen to the Estes method or the Estes session that we did. You said it
Yes,
was really, really weird. Um, so, all right, I have a would you rather.
awesome. Let's do it.
All right, let me get my creepy music. All right. Would you rather spend 1 hour alone in Siberia, the old Idaho Penitentiary's pitch black solitary cell, or spend 1 hour locked in a D block isolation cell at Alcatraz with the lights off?
Is that even a question?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if it's on your bucket list, it's by
Yeah,
yourself. You can't take anybody. It's alone
you're
either
by
way.
yourself. Yeah, either way, I'm getting Alcatraz.
Mm-mm. What if you get strangled like that dude?
I guess that's the way it's meant to get out. I mean,
Okay.
I'm getting out in Alcatraz. I mean,
Okay, I mean, I guess that's fair. But let me ask you this. All right, you are in D block, right? There's
Yeah.
many. There's different cells. Which one are you choosing?
Um, if
See,
I,
folks, he didn't say 14 out the gate, so we know there's some hesitation.
um, I thought about 13 or 14. Um, I feel like the whole block is probably the most haunted block in the thing. So, I mean, either one you're going to, I feel like you're going to have some type of activity.
Would you stay in cell block 14?
Sure. Why not?
I'll stay in 12. That's 2 away from 14. That way I get some of it, but not all of it.
No, you stay in 13. I'll stay in 14.
All right. Well, I'll stay in 13, you stay in 14. Um Listen. Here's one. I got something for the listeners because I want to see some engagement. I want to see some people dropping some comments. $10,000 on the table. You get one camera, one flashlight. You have to spend the night alone in Moundsville Penitentiary's execution area. Are you taking the money or not?
I'll take it.
You'll take it?
Fuck yeah.
You got to spend the whole night by yourself.
I'll do it.
Okay, let's change it up. No flashlight. You get one candle and it's lit. If it goes out, that's it.
I mean, at that point, you're going to be like, if you have no light whatsoever and you're going to sell a block, I'd be worried about like maybe falling over the railing. I like to be able to see at least where I'm going. As long as I can have light to see where I'm going, then shut the light off whenever I get to the spot, then yes. But
I think if
I
the
mean,
candle goes out, you have to stay where you're at.
I think that's most likely what I would do because I wouldn't want to risk like moving or anything because I don't want to fall and get hurt.
No, I understand. All right. I think that's all I have.
Me too.
Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Exploring the Unknown. We'll
Join
see
up.
you next time.
Keep exploring.
Are you kidding me? The last 4 episodes you didn't do it and you're going to do it this time? That's crazy. Keep exploring the unknown. See you guys.
Yeah.